belong to you.
Hi, my name is Chase. This is my channel, Life Chasing. I don't want to do an introduction for real. Oh no, it's been awkward when I try. I'll try again. I'll just be awkward as you will. We'll get used to each other. I told you my name, told you my channel name. I'm doing this video to put out a video. I don't know. But the video is things that I learned in 2022. This is gonna be part 1. I want to break it into a series because 2022 isn't necessarily over, but it's close to being over, damn near over. So I'll do 2 things for each video. At least for this one, I'm doing 2 things. I didn't write everything down. I just wrote down notes. So if you see me look down, that's what I'm referring to. We're gonna start off with, what I learned in 2022 is that I struggle with authenticity. I think it comes from my childhood, like everything does. And I think it's something that I continue to struggle with, continue to struggle with, just because I think it's become a thing that everybody is just themselves, or that they claim that they're themselves. Like, and you're not gonna meet many people that will tell you, like, I don't know how to be myself. And I think in a way I felt some type of shame of not knowing how to be me, and it makes the problem worse. And I think I also struggle with that because in order to be your authentic self, in my opinion at least, I think you have to be pretty vulnerable. Like, it's scary to let people see the real you, at least to me. That kind of ties into what I'm doing, like, with the channel, though. The whole point of this channel is to, like, show, like, what's for me to reflect back on, but other people can reflect on it too. Like, why not? But I think the point of the channel, once again, on track, is to learn how to be more me, and be open to people in general, being better able to accept criticism and silence my own critic, you know? It's just following my journey of becoming a healthier person. But yeah, I learned that I struggle with that, like, very heavily. Like, meeting new people, or even people who, like, think, even making friends or interacting with people who are friends with me, is very difficult because not many people know who I genuinely am. I struggle from anxiety, social anxiety, a few other things, but I think that really, like, controls the way that I interact with people. And I think I realized when I was younger that anytime, well, the fear, I know where the fear comes from. It's all over the place. Just bear with me. But the fear comes from, specifically, like I said earlier, childhood. But specifically, I realized when I was younger that when I was myself around people, they didn't like me. And I went through a really tough period, like, when I was younger, where I literally had, like, no friends for, like, 2 years. Like, it was pretty bad. Like, when I say, like, no friends, I mean, y'all, I was sitting by myself. The only interaction that I had was like in class, and that was when they were forced to interact with me. Other than that, I had nobody to talk to. Yeah, and I like survival mode. I was like, okay, I need interaction, so I'll take any type of interaction, even if that means giving up who I am. I've definitely gotten better with it, I would say. But it's like a switch, I guess you could say. Like, there's very few people that I think are able to see the real me and that I feel comfortable with seeing the real me. And like, I cannot control that. It's like a heavy defense mechanism. Anytime I ever try to be myself, it feels forced. It feels like I'm doing too much. And I want to break out of that. I want to feel comfortable with being me. I want to feel comfortable with knowing that I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I get on my nerves sometimes. I not get on other people's nerves. Or I just know that like everybody doesn't mesh well with me. And it's going to be vice versa. So this is the point of that. I learned this in 2022, and this is me kind of trying to put in the work to correct that mindset and that behavior. The next one is that I realized not allowing myself to I realized I realized that not allowing myself to feel and not giving myself the space to be angry has made me bitter. I feel like that ties in with my need of perfection, which also ties into my need, my lack of authenticity. I was, like I said, everything stems from childhood. I wasn't really like an angry child. I went through a lot when I was younger. So I turned really angry, and I didn't like how I was when I was angry. Like, it was like a switch when I would get angry, and I would just lash out like anybody and everybody. Like, and I saw how it was affecting not only me but the people around me. And I learned how to control my anger, but not really. It was like I learned how to put a lid on my anger and not how to really feel through it. And I think that has affected me. I realized that once I learned how to control it, like, it's not that I didn't get angry. It's just that when I would get angry, it would be a lot more that I was angry about just underneath that one circumstance. So everything would just come out, would just explode. But it would rarely happen though. And I learned that the person that I turned into when I did happen to get there, it made me really ashamed. So I would always feel guilty, like me being angry. I've been working on this, but I'll say, if you asked me a year ago how I felt when I got angry, I would be ashamed. I would tell you that I hate the person that I turned into, and that literally there's a stark difference between there was a stark difference between me before the anger, me during, and me after. Like, I'm so chill. Like, I always laughing, always smiling. Like, I don't really get angry. It takes a lot to get me there. And so when I am there, I'm there. You took me there. You see in a different side. And after, it'll be like this shell. Like, I would, like, all my energy would be drained. I would be like just sluggish, tired. Like, my personality, I'm not very meek. I'm not very timid, or I'm not the softest. And I would turn into that person after I was done being angry, because like it takes everything out of me. And I truly did feel that shame. Like I felt shame. Like I'd be like, why did I allow myself to get out of character that much? But I realized though, recently, that feeling that, like I said, I worked on it a little bit, and I realized I shouldn't be ashamed for being angry. Like, if it takes so much to get me there, and you got me there, you really deserve whatever reaction that you get. In my opinion, you deserve whatever reaction that you get. And I go there. I go below the child, depending on what happened. But I have this, when it comes to situations where I'm not outright expressing anger, I'll be like, yeah, I'm angry. I allow myself to feel it for a little bit, and I should be over. I should be done. I be lying to myself. I don't be done. I don't be over it. That's where the perfectionist part comes in. I feel like I should allot myself a certain amount of time to deal with it, and after that time, it should be done. And so when it's not done, I don't want everybody else to know I'm still affected by it. So I just hide it. I put it away, and it festers. It's still there. It's gonna, like, child. That's a story time. But like, it's there. It doesn't go anywhere. If anything, it gets worse, and it eventually starts to bother me. I'm sorry, I'm looking out the window. Also, this is gonna be all over the place, and I'm so sorry for that. And it's even worse because I know anger isn't anger is a secondary emotion. You're not really angry. You're hurt. You're embarrassed. You feel betrayed, let down, and I be feeling that. And I would say I'm spiritual. And I got this reading. That doesn't mean you don't gotta get. Just because you get readings doesn't mean you're spiritual. Just ignore that part. But I got a reading or whatever. And the lady I was talking to, she was like, "You angry?" And I was like, a little bit. And she was like, "No, this is not a little bit. I'm not feeling a little bit. I'm feeling a lot of anger." And she was like, "But I think you'll come to find out that the people that you think you're angry at, you aren't really angry at them. You're really angry at yourself." And I was like, I'm not gonna say I disagree, but I wasn't agreeing though. I was just like, okay, like I can see that. Sometimes I have. Oh, because she was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry," because I was feeling that way until she like followed it up with the whole. Of course, those people have done you wrong, but you're really angry at yourself because why did you allow it to happen? And she was right, and this hit me. I'm really. Why did I allow people to treat me that way? I'm sorry. I didn't deserve that, but I thought I did because I allowed it to happen. And I'm bitter. Why did I allow that to happen? I feel like if I'm such a good person, why would you treat me bad? If I'm so valuable to you, why is it so easy for you to mistreat me? Like, I don't understand. And that doesn't help out the situation because it makes me angry because I can't control it. Yeah. If that was all over the place, it'll get better. That's just how I felt about that one thing. I touched on multiple, but that's where the idea came from. Those were those emotions where they came from. I need to add to the list over explaining myself. But those were like really big things that I learned in 2022. And it's definitely think it's gonna be a theme in 2023 for me to correct those behaviors, because I want to be able to be myself. When I'm by myself, I enjoy being by myself. I make myself laugh. I think I be kiki. I make myself smile. I like me. I like my personality. I like all the idiosyncrasies that I have about myself. You know, I don't judge myself for those things. Like, I like me. It's just when I get around other people that liking me is hard to do, because I'm a people pleaser. Not as much as what I used to be, though. Honestly, y'all, okay. Let me get off track a little bit. So during quarantine, everybody know quarantine just had a really big impact on a lot of people, especially mentally. I thrived mentally in quarantine 2020 pandemic. I worked through a lot of trauma. I did a lot of shadow work. I mean, boo-hooing, crying every day, writing in my journal. Like, and my skin looks so good. I don't know. I think tears make your face look good, like, in my opinion. But I felt on top of the world during quarantine. And it was the first time that I think I was ever really, like, truly confident in myself. Like, I don't know. My confidence back then was pretty, I say in retrospect, was pretty high, but like it wasn't. It's just the fact that I didn't have any confidence before, so it felt different. And whatchamacallit? So now that I'm kind of off that, or it's been some time, reality is set in that I'm nowhere near where I need to be, or I'm sorry, where I could be when it comes to being healed, the confidence. I've just gotten better, and I could be, excuse me, way better. Ugh. And it's hard, you know. I don't feel like crying every day right now. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like crying every other day. Like, I just want to do unproductive things, being honest. And I can't do unproductive things. And I can't do that, but yep. We'll start that, I'll start that change right now. I hope that the point was able to be grasped in this video. Yep. But that was it. This is Life Chasing. Signing out.